Howdy YouTube, it's Lucky Luke 5392 here. I've got another deck profile for you guys. I've been playing with the silliest deck I've ever played, and I'm gonna have to be totally honest, this deck sucks. But it's fun. It's a fun little rogue deck that you can play. It's it's Box of Friends. So let me just go through this. I'm gonna explain everything as I go. Box of Friends, play through Box of Friends, and this is a build that I've just been kind of screwing around with. I haven't really taken it past locals, and the one time I took it to locals, I got kind of wrecked, and I haven't really done much with it because I haven't had the chance to play it a whole lot. But this is kind of like my thoughts on the deck right now because it's a fun deck. It's just it kind of sucks, and pardon me, I've got a cough drop in my mouth because I have yet another cough. So, Box of Friends is like Rescue Rabbit in the fact that it brings out normals from the deck. When it's destroyed by any means since the graveyard, it brings out two normal monsters with different names of 0 attack or defense from the deck, and they're destroyed during your next end phase. So there's that. There's a card called Zombie Wow, and these two come out from number hunters, so they're easy to get. This card, when he attacks or declares an attack, he gains 500 attack, so he can get pretty big if nothing happens to him. He just keeps sitting there and attacking, gets pretty big. And when he's destroyed, you can special summon one monster from your deck with 0 attack and defense, namely the Box of Friends. And that card is destroyed during the end phase, during your next end phase. So he gets destroyed, you bring up Box of Friends, which is destroyed during your next end phase. Then when it's destroyed, you bring out your normal monsters and exceed and do silly things. The reason I wanted to make this deck though is this card right here. It's called Mass Chameleon. It's a level 4 reptile. It's a tuner, and when it's summoned, you target one monster in your graveyard with 0 defense. Special summon it. You cannot summon, or you cannot normal summon the card if you have a level 5 or higher monster on the field. I couldn't remember if it was summon or use the effect. I had to read it real quick. You can't summon it. Normal summon it. You can special summon it, though. Beware. Yeah, so he targets a monster in your graveyard, special summons it. He's a tuner and a level 4, and the targets that he has are in the deck. I just want to make sure that I want to go over this card real quick because it's actually a really cool card. There's a limitation on his effect that I almost completely forgot to mention, that if you use his effect, you cannot special summon anything but cards from the extra deck the turn that you use the effect. So, aside from the card that he brings back from the graveyard, the only other things you can special summon that turn are monsters from your extra deck. So, it's kind of like, it's not a card you can just spam the hell out of and go nuts with it. You have to take it slow, and it's also good Valor bait. Speaking of Valor, there's a card I play in here that I'm not going to play anymore. But anyway, here's the box targets. I play 2 Gem Knight Sapphire, 2 Gem Knight Garnet, and 2 Blade Kenpachi. Now, there's a reason why I only play 2 of each, is because of Box of Friends. I play 3 Box of Friends, and if I were to play only 3 Empachis and 3 Garnets, if I happen to draw into one of them, only one of my boxes is alive, which I guess it adds to the ability to I guess it adds to the ability to search different things. I guess it's really just a toss-up of preference whether you want to play 2 copies of 3 normals or 3 copies of 2 normals. I don't play the Rescue Rabbit, which I kind of wondered about that. It was actually a card I was messing with before I did this, and I didn't like it too much, but that's just my personal thing. And then I have hand traps. I play 2 Scarecrow, 2 Valor, and 2 Maxi, just to kind of see how the hand traps do this format. Let's go on to the spells. I main 1 Dark Hole, 1 Day of Peace, and actually I like this card a lot because not only does it get you a draw, but if you wanted to, you can play it and then go into your battle phase and ram a Zombie Wow or a Box of Friends into an opponent's monster. You take no damage, but they're still destroyed, and you get their special summon effects. There's Foolish Burial for getting chameleon targets in the graveyard, or getting a Box of Friends in the graveyard. Here's a card I was thinking about taking out, is Double Summon, because it's never worked for me. I figured this deck's big weakness was to Valors, and so I thought, hey, well, what if I get Valor? Maybe I'll just play Double Summon. This card's it's just always been dead in my hand, and I never played it, so I'm probably just going to get rid of it. I played 2 Forbidden Lance, because Lance is good. And I played triple MST, because triple MST is good. Traps, I play as much back row as you can possibly imagine. Mirror Force, Bottomless, Deep Prison, Torrential, Compulse. There's Warning. Then the tech traps, if you will. 2 Call the Haunted to get more rank 4s or level 4s on the field. So I can use Chameleon to Synchro and go to Scrap Dragon, do some silly things. Call the Haunted is just like, it's like the new Reborn. It's just, it works. And then Transmigration Prophecy. It's a two-way street with this card. You can either use it to recycle your normals, or you can use it to disrupt your opponent's cards. So, I mean, there's a reason why it's limited to 1. It's just such a good card. So, there's that. I want to get the extra deck. If I can find it, there it is. So, I play Cataster. Oh, this isn't sorted great. And Armides is my level 5s. The way you go into these is you play the Chameleon, and he targets either the Swift Scarecrow or the Box of Friends, which are both level 1s, and you sync for 5. That's how that works. So now we're going to go into level 8s and play 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Stardust Dragon, and 1 Colossal Fighter, 1 Thought Ruler, and 1 Scrap Dragon. And Scrap Dragon is probably one of the my favorite cards in the Texture deck, because if you were to go into Scrap Dragon and have him wait a turn, be on the field, then you go into you summon a Box of Friends, you pop Box of Friends with the Scrap Dragon's effect and whatever your opponent has, and you just get a free Exceed off a Box of Friends, and it's good. It's just a silly play. The 2 staples that you play in this deck are King of the Feral Imps. It's a pretty standard card. You guys saw this when I was doing my alien stuff. It searches out the Chameleon, the reptile. Princess Cologne. She's fun. I don't play 2 of her because I don't feel any. I never need the second one, but you know, things happen. So when she's XYZ summoned, you target a Box of Friends in your graveyard, and you special summon it to the field. And while you have another monster on the field, she cannot be targeted for attacks, card effects, anything. You can't target her for anything. So when a normal monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, or destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can detach 1 from her, special summon a normal monster from your graveyard. So it's like replacing the same thing, and she doesn't have a limit on this. There's no once per turn. It's just you keep using the effect until she's out of materials. Which is why some people play 2, but I've opted to play 1 just because I don't feel like I need another one, because I'd rather go into other things. There's Abyss Dweller, Black Shipcorn, Maystroke, Emerald. Emerald is so good. It's like an easy way to recycle. You can stick around so many normals. It's silly. And this is supposed to be Gaga Cowboy, but my Cowboy has disappeared on me, and I don't know where it went, and I haven't pulled one out of the tin yet because I haven't had the chance. So let me jump into the side that I had kind of half-assed here. I mean, these are just things that I play on the side. Like I play, you know, Eradicator, I play EV, Electric Virus, Puppet Plant, Decrees, Imperial Iron Walls, Debunks, Consecrated Lights, Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, you know, this kind of stuff. This is more like just the format hasn't been defined by anything, so it's just a generic side for things that you might see, like, you know, Puppet Plants for Samurais and Heroes, Shadow Prison Mirrors, and Consecrated Lights for things like Evil Storms and Black Wings, and just generic cards that you play inside and against stuff. So that's the deck. I've got a couple more that I want to do. I have the new format things that I'm kind of been going through, trying to build some decks, see what I want to have to play this format. I'm kind of starting to lean towards something more aggressive like Water or Dragon Plants, but I'm not really sure yet because then I have to actually, you know, spend some dough, man. So I'm gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more right now, and then we'll see where that takes me. So thanks for watching, guys.